Hey everybody! So first and foremost, I'm gonna give y'all a second to hop on because I don't get to come live in Team Freedom very often, and so I want to make sure y'all can see me and hear me. And while I'm waiting, drop me some hearts. Let me know that you're here. If you're getting to watch this on the first time, let me know you're here live. If you're getting to watch this on the replay, let me know you are watching the replay. So awesome. I see Becky and Elizabeth and Jean. Hey, girls. I'm so glad you're here. So first of all, Team Freedom, forgive the Hot Mess Express and forgive the naked nails, all right? Because I'm getting ready to apply them for a new application video, and so you're just going to have to bear with me for a few minutes of your time, okay? I see Shonda and Mindy. Hey, guys. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and get started then because I know I'm in the right place at the right time and y'all can hear me. So here we go, okay? So I titled this one of these heart-to-heart motivational speeches from one of your senior leaders on Team Freedom, and it's going to be something about leadership retreat, okay? And first and foremost, if you don't know me already, if I had not had the pleasure of meeting you, hi. My name is Shanah Castillo. I am one of your senior leaders on Team Freedom and for Color Street, and I'm excited to be here for you today for this, okay? And the reason why I'm so excited about this specifically, and I had to be the first one that jumped on, because I am probably CJ's poster child for retreat. And I'll tell you why. You're gonna learn why here in a minute, okay? But first, I just want to let you guys know that I'm a very, very, very firm believer in retreat. I'm a very firm believer in showing up to go up because that's what I was taught in the beginning several years ago when I joined direct sales. And I preach it all the time to my girls, okay? That is something very, very true to me. It's who I am as a leader. It's what's foundation, like it's what's given me the foundation for my leadership. I promise you, all right? So let's go ahead and get started. I see if you guys have any questions as I'm going, just drop them and I'll come back and answer them, okay? Because I'm probably gonna ignore you for a few minutes, all right? So retreat, let's talk about retreat, right? Retreat is not a get-rich-quick event, much like our business, right? You have to sacrifice time and you have to invest what is likely hard-earned money to go. Then you have to be present. Sure, you can hang out with your girlfriends, that's what it's for, but it's also a key ingredient for you to be present, for you to be accounted for you to be in the room, at the table, ears on, listening to the speaker, right? That's all part of the keys to being at retreat. Now, did you know that the word sacrifice actually means to offer something for a higher purpose or a higher calling? What that means is that you have been called for more. That's why I'm here. Retreat is an igniter. It's a flip switch. It's a vessel containing explosives, but only you can unlock it. It's not easy to make happen. I know that. That's why I'm here, okay? And we're going to talk about that here in a second. But it's worth it. How many other experiences in your life have you realized that it hasn't been easy, but it has been worth it? Let's talk about Christmas for a minute. Probably not easy to spend lots of money on gifts that people want, but you do it. You grin and bear it, and the joy in their eyes rewards you. Am I right or am I wrong? This time of year wasn't easy for my family, you guys. In 2017, when I first heard about leadership retreat, my very first leadership retreat that CJ preached and preached and preached and empowered us and encouraged us, and she just inspired us to be there, and I had no idea what it would entail, okay? And it wasn't an easy time for my family, you guys. My husband is a seasonal worker. He has a full-time career, but he works seasonally, which means when it's too wet, when it's too cold, when it's too hot, when there's too much snow on the ground, he can't work. Okay. Now, at the time in 2017, my $40,000 annual career as an accounting supervisor in the accounting field, it made ends meet, but that's it. No fluff, lots of worry, and I still made it happen. Okay. The reason why you make it happen is because you see the value in it. And that's why I'm here today. So I want to share with you guys some numbers that make you money. Okay, I bumped my post from last year because y'all, I go live every year about leadership retreat because I'm very passionate about it. I see the value in it, okay? I also see the vision in this business. So if you don't have the vision in this business, I'm probably not going to help you today, okay? But if you have a vision in this business, you see what Color Street is doing, you recognize that we just broke record month for the third month in a row in 2019 with over $25 million in sales, right? That is killer. Companies are not doing that, you guys, especially not doing that their second full year in a row. You know, they're not doing that. Let's talk about out of stocks. Maybe some of you guys are overwhelmed with out of stocks. Do you want to know how I feel about out of stocks and what I preach to my team? Ain't nobody got time for it. Don't worry about it. None of your customers are going to be worried about it unless you are worried about it. And one of the fabulous things about this business is that we have a product that everybody wants. It's okay that they go out of stock. It's totally okay. I'm good with it. Go out of stock because it's proving to me year after year after year that we ain't stopping here. We've just begun, okay? So let's talk about the numbers that make you money. I bumped my video from yesterday. It was my video from last year, about the same time probably, and I bumped it yesterday because I wanted you guys to see it. And I thought, man, it's so good, I really just don't think I can replicate it. But CJ said, give it a try. Let's share some stats with them, okay? So that's what I'm going to share with you right now. All right, first annual leadership retreat was January of 2018, okay? When I showed up at retreat, January 2018, I was a brand new director. That means that I had just hit director about 14 days before the retreat, okay? So I was director, I showed up at retreat, I had 19 fabulous ladies on my team. My first year income with Color Street, which was from September through November of 2017, because December is included with the new fiscal year, okay? So from September to November of 2017, my first year income with Color Street was $2,697. Okay, I was proud of that $2,697. Why? Because again, it was a time of year that my husband wasn't working. So all of this money allowed us to not have so much stress, not have so much of a financial burden, okay? Because I know that a lot of you guys are stressed right now. Trust me, I know it. It is the most stressful time of the year as far as finances goes, okay? So year one income, $2,697. That was about $8 an hour. And I'll tell you, it was $8 an hour because I was working 40 full-time hours, sometimes more than 40 full-time hours out of my home, and I was trying to fit in about 20 hours of Color Street each week because, again, I saw the vision. I was working power hours, I was partying, I was working really, really hard, okay, because I'm one of those very driven women, unapologetically ambitious is what Sarah Marie and I like to say, okay? So that was my first year. I was paying myself about $8 an hour. Let's go into the second year annual retreat. That was January of last year, or January of 2019, so it was this year. We're still in the same year, y'all. So January of this year, I showed up at Leader Retreat, a new senior executive director. So I went from director in January to executive director in April, senior executive director by November. Okay, so take note of that explosive growth. I went from 4th promotion in the company to 6th promotion in the company within 3 months to the 7th of the 8 promotions of this company, so second from the highest rank in a matter of 11 months. Why? Because of retreat. And you're going to learn about that here in a second, okay? So, new senior executive director this year, new part of the presidential team. I was still working full-time out of my home as an accounting supervisor through August, full-time. And then August of last year, I went part-time through December. I let Color Street carry me. I had chosen to take a huge leap of faith, and that was really hard. Really, really hard, especially as someone who's worked since she was 14 years old, outside of my home, graduated high school early, went into the workforce. Like, you guys, I have worked since I can remember, okay? So it was hard letting go of corporate America. I had worked really hard to get where I was as a supervisor and a manager in the corporate world, okay? That's tough. I had worked really hard. I never thought I wanted anything outside of corporate America. I was ready to climb the ladder all the way to the top to be the CFO of the next company. And CJ asked me, she said, what would it take for you to walk away from corporate? And I said, oh, I don't know. Maybe $5,000 a month. And she's like, okay, we can do that. We can do that. And within 3 months of letting go of the fears and embracing the vision of this business, I was making 6,000 and 7,000 and 8,000, and you're going to hear about some more, okay? So second annual retreat, new senior executive director, new to the presidential team, working full-time outside my home for 8 months, part-time outside my home for the rest of the months. 322 on my team, so I went from 19 to 322. And my year 2 income for the whole year of Color Street was $75,103. Okay, so you can understand I came to that crossroads because here I am making $40,000 working my tail off for 40 plus hours a week as an accounting supervisor, having to babysit people that I did not want to be babysitting, okay, because ain't nobody got time for that, to $75,000 from a part-time stream of income from nail polish, okay? So you can see the difference there. Sometimes you have to take the leap of faith. You have to invest in yourself. You have to know that you are worth more, as I said earlier, okay? So year 2 income, $75,103. I was paying myself about $51 an hour because, again, I was still working full-time and still working Color Street, okay? Now we're going to move into this next annual leadership retreat coming up in January on Martin Luther King weekend. It's a fabulous weekend for it because you come home on Sunday, you get an extra day with your kiddos. It's called balance, y'all, okay? So we're going into the 3rd annual leadership retreat. Well-established senior executive director, part of the presidential team still. I still get that presidential little bit of a cushion at the end of the month. First full year at home on my own time. So starting January 1st of this year, completely have been home on my own time. I can tell you I'm more rested. My family has never traveled so much of our lives. I've traveled a lot for Color Street, just seeing the world. I've traveled with my boys. We started our year out with 8 days on a beach, which is what we're going to do again this year. It's our freedom ride. You guys, just so much fulfillment has come out of the last year, okay? So well-established senior executive director, part of the presidential team, first full year of my own at home on my own time, 1,065 active on my team. So we went from 19 the first year to 322 the second year to 1,065 right now active on my team, okay? Year 3 income, drum roll please, okay? So the first year was 2,600. The second year was 75,000. The third year, because I invested in myself, $169,000, 626. Okay, now I pay myself about $235 per hour now because I only work about 18 to 20 hours per week on my own business. Okay, that's all that I do at this point, right? So you see the vision in that. You see, yes, I know where you are. I've worked full time. I had to request time off. I had to risk not getting paid for taking time to go to our leadership retreat. I didn't have the money. I sucked it up. I made it happen. Okay, I didn't have the money, but look at what's happened since then. Because I've had faith in a mustard seed that has grown and grown and grown. And that's what I'm asking you to have today, okay? Now, it's not the retreat that makes the numbers that make you money. What I just shared with you did not come because of retreat. It came from what I did at retreat and what I did after retreat that made the difference, okay? Something that I've learned from watching my little guy in Taekwondo. He's 5, he's about to be 6. We're going to be at the beach for his birthday for the 2nd year in a row because that's what he wants. And hey, I'm good with the beach. I'm hashtag beach life, right? But something that I learned from watching him in Taekwondo, he just started about a little over a month and a half ago, is seeing a love grow for something brand new. Okay, it's something that he wasn't sure he wanted anything to do with. He's a very tender-hearted kid. So to see the kind of the way that they move in Taekwondo, he was a little nervous. He thought he was going to get hurt. Very, very timid at first. Okay, but the love of Taekwondo has grown and flourished, and it is amazing to see him in that. Okay, but something that he had to learn for Taekwondo was what immediately means. Immediately is obeying now. Not in a minute, not tomorrow, not when you feel like it, not a year from now. Today, this moment, that's immediately, okay? Retreat is your igniter. You walk into the unknown. You walk into a room filled with women and you find friendships that you didn't think you wanted or needed. You have fun because it's girlfriends going in the same direction as you, onward and upward. And you find freedoms through that igniter, which is retreat, okay? Then you take all that you learned You take notes, you let it sink in, you ask questions while you're there, you rub elbows with the leaders. Find me, ask me any question that you choose. I'm here to support you, okay? So you go in there, you find the fun, you find the friendships, you have the freedoms through this igniter, and then you take that, you bottle it up, you carry it with you, and you start acting immediately. At the airport while you're waiting for an airplane, on the airline because you got Wi-Fi, because you invested in yourself, right? Send those messages. Be personable with people. Be consistent in your business. Take everything that you learn from rubbing elbows with these people and apply it immediately, okay? So before I jump off here, here's what I want you to do, all right? I want you to make a list of all the blessings that you've had this far in your journey with Color Street. Okay, that can be anything at all. Maybe it's putting food on your table for Thanksgiving. Maybe it's paying for diapers. Maybe it's paying tuition for your little girl or guy's babysitter care, like whatever that is, okay, whatever it is for you. It's going to look a little different for me than it is for you because I've hit goals and I've readapted my goals, okay? But I want you to make a list of all the blessings that you've had so far in your journey with Color Street, okay? So I hope you're getting your paper out right now, making those lists, the list of all the blessings that you've had so far with Color Street. Doesn't matter if you've been here a week. I want you to write the blessings, okay? Then I want you to imagine, okay? So you got to bear with me for a second. It's not going to be a visual aid when it comes to this part, okay? But you're going to envision and imagine that all the blessings that you have right here on this piece of paper were just magnified tenfold, okay? And here's why. When you give 10% or a little piece of your time, your talent, your treasure, yourself to show up to retreat, then you're going to earn back tenfold. So those blessings that you carry you, and you know what would be amazing, you guys? If you take this piece of paper with all your blessings and bring it with you to retreat so that you can show me how your blessings started. You carried those blessings that you've experienced so far into retreat with you. And you said, whatever happens this weekend happens, okay? Let it go, let God, y'all, all right? So take those blessings into retreat, let it go, be present, learn from your peers, rub some elbows with the people in the room, come and ask me any questions. Heck, just introduce yourself. I'd love to give you a hug, okay? And then take that, and I want you to see how it's magnified throughout the entire year next year. Start your 2020 with the blessings this business has afforded you and awarded you so far, and then let them blossom, okay? Because your faith only has to be as big as a mustard seed, okay? So be brave, y'all. I wore this for you. Be brave, show up, invest in yourself, believe in the numbers that make you money, believe in yourself, and take action immediately, okay? And I hope that this helps somebody today. I'll see you at retreat.